What will we learn about Artifact from the Dota 2 International 8 starting this week? Stay tuned for what we believe will be the greatest information drop to date. Hi folks, I'm Devok, and welcome to the Artificers Guild, the home of all things Artifact. With the Dota 2 International 8, also known as TI8, just around the corner, it's safe to assume we'll be getting some Artifact news. After all, it was at TI7 last year that Artifact was announced in the first place. However, as many of you know, and as we covered in our previous video, last year's announcement didn't go too well in the stadium. It was full of Dota fans and they're mostly interested in information about Dota. While Artifact might pique the interest of many Dota fans, for most of the fans attending TI, they want to see more news about Dota itself. So, because of that, it's my firm belief that Valve won't give us any official news or information drop until PAX, or at least most likely. But that isn't to say that we're not going to get any information about Artifact from the International. Because when you think about this last year, Valve haven't actually released anything themselves. Not officially anyway. It's all been done through reporters at media days and leaks and tweets from Dota community members that are involved with Artifact, but nothing from Valve themselves. So why would they bother bringing it through TI as well? With that in mind, there is a way that I think we might be getting news, albeit not in the form of news itself. My prediction for TI8 is an Artifact show match. This ticks so many boxes. It'll keep fans happy so long as they involve at least one Dota player, or just big characters from the community of Dota itself. They already have many well-known Dota players and community members playing Artifact, so it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to put a show match on between some of these. This would also be a very easy way to provide some news on Artifact, because they'll likely have to show us a full game. We'll get to see all of the cards we haven't seen before, we'll get to see how the mechanics work throughout the game, we'll get clarification on many of the mechanics that we're kind of making up as we go along at the moment. The final box is ticks, and I think this is quite an important one. We'll probably be seeing some Artifact games from PAX West, when they let everyone else get their hands on it. But Valve don't really want to be letting a random pub game be the first full match to show. They want the first full show match for Artifact to be one to remember. So, give it to the hands of the pros, who've been playing the game for months now. Some probably even up to a year or beyond that. So give them a chance to show them what they've got, and to wow the world. Not only will we get to see potentially a great game of Artifact, but we're going to learn a lot more about maybe some new heroes, or at least see more of the cards that we've currently only seen sort of the titles of. For example, cards such as Duel, Steam Cannon, Divine Purpose, or even Sven. We've only seen part of these cards, and we might finally be able to see the entire thing, which opens endless opportunities for everyone to really get involved in preparing themselves for Artifact. So that's the way that I believe we're going to be getting our news for Artifact specifically through TI. However, there is another way that we might be able to get some information about a particular set of heroes in Artifact that might have an extra couple of spells coming into the game. At every TI, for the last few years at least, new heroes have been announced. This year, a favourite for a new hero in Dota 2 is Solar Khan. There have been a bunch of effects inside the client since January. In these files, they're marked for a hero called Mars, but this hero looks very similar to Solar Khan, and many people speculate so. There are currently 2 ability icons and 1 skill effect that we see attributed to Mars. One spell is called Spear Wall, and the other called Phalanx Cancel. It's widely believed that this is some sort of maybe toggle, and Spear Wall activates it, and Phalanx Cancel deactivates it. But either way, this is some really cool information that might end up as a spell, or even creep, or something to that effect within Artifact. Just think about it. We've got Solar Khan, the leader of the Red Mist Horde. We've also got Axe, the destroyer of the Old One. Why wouldn't we have a few creeps who are basically minions of the Red Mist Horde? Who is there to really represent the Horde themselves? I can really easily see this being a creep, or even a spell. Mars bears other similarities to Solar Khan, other than just being a commander. The spear icon, that is believed to be the weapon of Mars, is so reminiscent of Solar Khan's as well, to the point where I am beyond convinced that Mars is Solar Khan, and while we may or may not get her this year, heroes don't actually take that much time to create, so the fact that this has been in since around January leads us to believe that this is the year for Solar Khan in Dota 2. So, Solar Khan might be coming to Dota 2, but she also might not be the only one. Last year, we got Pangolier and Dark Willow. So if we look at Artifact, there's a multitude of other heroes they can choose from. We could have Rix, Kana, and even Mazzy, who we basically know nothing about in terms of the Artifact card so far. If we get Kana or Mazzy in Dota 2 and they get teased at TI, this is pretty huge for Artifact 2, because from there we should be able to infer their sort of playstyle within the world, not to mention their lore. Sadly, I couldn't let myself create a TI prediction video without actually doing some predictions for the International. I know this isn't strictly Artifact based, but a lot of us are also Dota fans, and even if you're not a Dota fan, this is the perfect opportunity to get a view of it. Even if you've never liked MOBAs, TI is a great spectacle, and you can get a bit of information about not only the lore of some of the heroes, but also you can get a feel for how they play. There are a lot of similarities. In fact, most of the spells in the game we know of currently are from Dota. So TI has a newcomer stream, which I highly recommend for anyone who is interested in Artifact and who has never watched Dota before. Or even if you've only played it a little bit and you've left it go for years, take a look at the stream. It's practically designed for people such as you guys who are getting into the world of Dota, but not really into the game of Dota itself. In terms of my TI predictions, the big one being who is going to win, I think PSG LGD have got it this year. For a start, it's TI 8, it's an even number, so China's got to win. For anyone who doesn't know, ever since TI 1, odd years have been non-Chinese teams winning, and even years have been Chinese teams winning. It being TI 8, LGD, the top Chinese team at the moment, have got to win it. Plus Somnus, who used to be known as Maybe, and Ame are both fantastic carries, and I can't see anyone really matching them unless Liquid or Virtus Pro pull it out of the bag. Just in case you were interested, here are my compendium predictions. It's probably 99% wrong, because I've been largely focused on Artifact, as you guys know, but hey, if you haven't done yours yet and you need to do them quickly, here they are. So, while the International might not have a focus on Artifact news, by no means do I think it will give us absolutely no information. I expect us to learn about more heroes, more cards, and get to see the greatest match of Artifact so far, not to mention a full match of Artifact, the first one of its kind. If you guys had to set up a show match using only Dota 2 personalities and online card game personalities, who would you have play? Let us know in the comments below. Personally, I want to see Day9, otherwise known as Seanplot, take on Purge from Dota. Purge has been teaching Day9 how to play Dota for so long, I'd love to see Day9 school Purge in a card game. Thanks for watching this crazy speculation. If you'd like to help us out, feel free to like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon to get notified every time a video goes out. If you like this video, and if you want to see some more, check out our most recent video, and here's a related video that we think you might enjoy. I've been Divok of the Artificers Guild, and I will see you next time.